All right. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Angie Blog Divine Intuitive. I hope you're doing well. I'm sending you so much good vibes. So I was really ready to do astrology readings for the month of April. You do know that each of the astrology readings are in the playlist of astrology, but also, if you look at the description below of each of the signs, I already done then for the next 6 months, okay? But as requested today, actually I was getting into it and someone requested to do a little astrology update, but there's other astrologers that I also have. If you go into redocf.com, there is astrology peeps over there that you can also check out if you want any more updates. I'm not usually an astrologer, but I love astrology, I love astronomy, I love numerology, and I like to get into it. I like to do the research. So since you guys requested it, and also I'm celebrating that I'm finally in the YouTube Pay Partners program, yay! So as a gift to you for your beautiful energy, and I decided to do this research for you. So I'm not really kind of prepared, but I got some good research for you. So hopefully this will help you, okay? You can feel free to leave me in the comments if you have any more updates, or if you know anything else, or if I need any correction or something like that. But yeah, and then after I will get into the astrology reading for April. I have some messages that Spirit wants to let you guys know. Okay, some things that we needed to surrender, but other than that, let's get to it, okay? So right away for the month of April, okay, there's a lot going on. I mean, we already went through the full moon in Libra on April 6th, okay? So that already, the sign of the Libra, it's like, it brought a lot of awareness, right? For a lot of us, a lot of releasing, a lot of, and I talk about that in one of the readings as well, okay? But this was really particular in areas that require, like balance and things that we need to improve in our relationships, in our money, in our finances, in our mental health as well. Also, things that we have to deal with our shadow, right? So that too is like when you need to face certain things, this is where it's a beautiful time and energy right now where the planets and everything is in alignment for you guys to do this shadow work and inner work. That's another thing that I've noticed that in the readings as well that I'm doing now for Divine Masculines, they're really stuck in their shadow, right? So a lot of you probably hear in other readings like, oh, they're stuck in 3D, masculine always stuck in 3D and stuff like that. And this is where it's because they're not looking into facing their shadow and acknowledging and being aware, because when you're not aware of certain things, you're not able to fix those things, right? So this is where we're kind of, divine feminines are like with a flashlight, like, this is what needs to be worked on, this is what needs to be changed, and the thing is, we cannot change other people. We're not here to do that. We're not here to heal other people. That's God's work, right? But we could inspire and motivate others to do that work, especially if you've done it within yourself, because that too is like, how can you point on people things that you haven't worked on in yourself? You know what I'm saying? So don't do that. Do the work first, learn from your lessons, go through that experience, and then you're able to help others, or more likely inspire others, and that too, don't try to help people that don't want to be helped, right? Because that's a big lesson that a lot of us are learning as well. Like, you cannot help people that don't want to be helped, right? And you cannot change people that don't want to change. That's just what it is, right? You can inspire them, and yes, there's going to be some attack, retaliation, and stuff like that, because your light irritates their demon, especially when you're immersed in that healing journey, right? So it's okay. Continue raising that vibration, continue doing that that work, right? Because the work that is done internally is more important than whatever is going on externally, because automatically, spiritually, your work that you've done within yourself, it manifests, it shows, you know. It's like, you know how they say, like, watch the fruit of the labor of someone, like look at their fruits. That's what it is. That's what they're looking at. Like how much healing have you done? You know, healing your heart, purifying your heart. How are you interacting with other people? How are you able to balance your emotions and not project and feel some type of way by, you know, because that's what they say, like hurt people, but that's the thing, is because they have to work on themselves, right? They have to deal with that hurt and heal. And that too, there's a stigma where a lot of people believe that, you know, crying and stuff like that, that it's not good. And that's actually a ridiculous concept, to be honest, because you have to, in order to heal, you have to feel it, right? And that too is like your heart heals when it, like, you shed tears, when you know, don't you find that whenever you're crying and you cry deep and you do the work, and then after, when you're like done, you feel better? Yes, it's because you need to release that. So preventing someone from having that moment of vulnerability, because, you know, and that too, it's harder to do nowadays with people that don't make you feel safe to do that. So that's something that we need to remove, that stigma, that it's okay to feel your feelings, it's okay to cry, it's okay to shed those tears, and especially when you have someone that you can trust, that you can let those go, and then, you know, feel validated and heard. And then once that, because it doesn't stay long, those are emotions that just comes and goes, just like a cloud, right? Whenever there's a storm, right? What comes after the storm? A rain, the rainbow, right? So that's what it is. Us, we're so connected to Gaia, and she's trying to let you guys know that during this time, it's okay to cry, it's okay to balance, because you need to balance certain things. And crying and talking to someone, a therapist or something like that, is good for your mental health. It's good for your spirit. It's good for also balancing your books, right? Especially if you're dealing with stress and stuff like that financially. Like, there's a lot of things going on, but that mentality, we need to let that go, that it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to feel exhausted after you cry, like, you know, intensely. And that too, that is part of the healing process. And healing, it's not this something that is like, oh, it's right. No, it's like, it comes and goes. Some days you're gonna feel good, some days you're gonna feel like shit, some days you're gonna feel depressed, some days you're gonna feel anxious. But these are the things that are indications that you need to check within yourself. Okay, so that's it. Something is being exposed or illuminated right now, or has been. So a lot of us are getting the aha moment, right? And this is what is helping us to get in touch with our feelings and things that we need to work on, right? Things that we have been also neglecting or putting off, like, oh no, I don't want to deal with that now, I don't want to heal that now, I don't want to, you know. So a lot of things are happening too. We're in that shadow period right now of Mercury retrograde. I will get into that, but that too is like, a lot of people are realizing a lot of things, that they don't need to settle for less, for the bare minimum. They don't need to accept disrespect, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to take your power back. It's okay to honor yourself, to stand up for yourself, but also that too, stand up for others. You know, people that you know that are being harmed or emotionally. There's a lot of emotional manipulation right now, and a lot of emotional trigger people that don't want to heal, right? They want to stay stuck in that energy, and that's not up to you. That too is like, you have to remember that you have to protect your peace, your energy, your heart. Okay, so that's it. Also that too, looking at things like what have you been putting off, what have you been neglecting, right? Certain projects or goals or dreams. I feel like Spirit is trying to let you guys know, even the planets are trying to help you as well with this energy, right? So relationship imbalance and flaws are more noticeable, exactly, perhaps even like literally on their faces right now. So there's a lot of breakups right now, there's a lot of divorces, there's a lot, because that too is like all this karmic energy. Libra is doing this thing where it's like balance. It has to be balanced, or it's off, or it's cut off, or that's it. And that's something that a lot of people who are operating, who are manipulating and controlling and emotionally manipulating and controlling people, are getting mad because their tricks and manipulation are no longer working. Also, a lot of you, when you take your healing seriously, you start to see that you lose a lot of friends, fake friends, you lose family, and it can be, that process can be very lonely, but at the end of the day, you'll notice that it's better to have your peace, your mental health well, your be happy with yourself, living a lovely, conscious, and healthy life, than staying in a place where it's just creating chaos and drama for you, and it's just making you sick, right? So that's it. It's just choosing you and not letting other people make you feel some type of way about that, okay? 10 on the clock. Ending cycles, beautiful. So yeah, now we can feel quite inspired to make improvements, right? Coming up with excellent strategy for doing now, okay? I will leave the links of where I'm reading these charts so that you can help yourself, because this is not my content. This is Cafe Astrology as well, but I'm adding my int into it, okay? Okay, so yeah, exactly. The full moon awakens these feelings about your relationship and social exchanges, right? So you have Jupiter and Chiron as well, aligned with the sun around the time. And it's all about healing, right? Because Chiron is the healing warrior. So a lot of us are going through this healing process, but also learning how to create boundaries, learning how not to be codependent, learning how to be independent, and also being okay with ourselves, with healing ourselves, right? Balancing our books. It's okay to receive feedback as well, constructive feedback as well, right? So yeah, it says all the planets are in direct at this time, helping us to feel freer and less burdened, right? So if you're already feeling that, that's a good sign, okay? And if you feel some type of way, burden or burnt out or something, there's something that you need to check in your environment that it's not healthy right now. So I feel like this full moon is also helping you release those things, okay? Relationship epiphanies, okay? And we're getting that in a lot of the readings as well, where a lot of masculines are like, oh my God, what did I do? Oh my God, I was completely stuck in an illusion. So this Libra full moon is very, very vital for a lot of people who are being stuck and settling in situations where they don't need to be, you know, that is blocking your blessings, that is keeping you stuck, that is just not good for you. And it's time to take your power back. That's really it. So the revelations that do is helps you to get your independence, see what do you need from others, or how can you love yourself more, how can build conscious and healthier relationships and partnerships. That's really it. All right, so April 14, there is Saturn forms a sextile to the true north and the moon, okay? So this is something about April 14 is investing in your growth. So I'm seeing the 7 of Pentacles, like really, and the 8 of Pentacles. So it goes from the investing and reflecting, and then also investing on those right things. So think about, ask God, ask your spirit guides, like, you know, what is the right thing to do right now once you release all this baggage, right? Like, let spirit and your angels and God guide you during this time, especially because it's gonna help you with your spiritual growth, with your evolution, right? And also that too will reveal the things that you could improve, because we're all learning. And that too, keep your open-minded, right? Keep that learning mindset as well, that we don't know everything. I don't know everything. I'm just sourcing and then receiving channels at the same time. But remember that to keep your mindset of always learning, always, you know, learning from your mistake, taking accountability. Okay, that happened. Okay, so that for me to learn. Okay, so how can I improve this? You know, so this is a time for that. So if you feel in this energy that you're in that alignment, you are in alignment within yourself, with your higher self. So a lot of us are trying to see how can we align with our higher selves and no longer be in that south node, be in our north node now, and focus and stay focused on that, right? So it says we're ready to commit to methods and attitude to serve our purpose. Exactly. Leaving behind those no longer serving our growth. Okay, our conscious is well developed. This aspect strengthens our ability to see true opportunity and boosts our ability to work with elders or more experienced people to achieve a goal. Okay, so that too is like, yesterday Spirit was letting me know that when people seek tower readings or counsel or coaches and stuff like that, it doesn't mean they're karmic. I think I said that and I was like, why did I say that? I don't know. But let me rephrase that. See, take accountability. That was a mistake. So just because I don't do personal reading, it doesn't mean that other people who do it, it doesn't mean that they're not good at it. They're not doing the right thing. Like some people do need guidance, just like a therapist, just like a you know. So, but that too, use spiritual discernment, because not everybody has the best intention for you. But one thing that I'm saying is that seeking for those people, especially people that are really good at what they do and they've been doing this for a long time, you know, it's okay to seek for help, especially if you're guided like God tells you. It's okay, you can go and ask for more insight or confirmation, or you wait your time and wait until, do a fasting before, and then you see if this is the right path for you, if you need that type of reading or that type of coach or that type of spiritual coach or something like that, so don't deny that for you, especially because we're coming out of the status quo energy and like letting go of this religious spirit and all this old mentality, oppressive system, all of that. You're letting go of that. So it's okay to seek counsel when guided to. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. All right, so April 20th, and I wrote it down here too, we have a solar eclipse, but also we have a new moon in Aries. So very, very strong energies, okay? Like intense. So get ready for that, okay? So, so it says it's in Aries, yeah. So a new moon occurred in the first degree in Aries, and this new moon occurs in the final degree of Aries. So this lumination of solar eclipse and is the first a set of eclipses that fall along with Aries and Libra sign X's, okay? Woo! So yeah. So everything that it's no longer is going to be eclipsed out this month on April 20th, okay? So write down this April 20th, okay? Eclipse is at first Aries and Libra set at the same time it occurs in the latest degree of Aries, pointing to strong impulses and pivotal feelings. It puts matters related to personal plans, courage, independence, and self-assertion in strong focus, and it's about new beginnings. Long-term changes are in the works, okay? So a lot of things are gonna be revealed that day. So this is something that when I do these readings, because I talk about this on the ascendants of each of the readings as well, because I was guided to focus on that. And on May 5th, on the lunar eclipse, which is also a full moon in Scorpio, I talk about that in the ascendant. So each of the sign, if you're interested, it will be either in each of the ascendants of the sign, or you can go on Patreon. I do. Patreon has 2 tiers. One is more affordable for astrology, each of the astrology, and the other one is all the ascendants for this channel are in that tier. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to join us there. Okay. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, and sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Okay, it does help the algorithm so other people are able to find this message as well. Okay. All right. So this eclipse can highlight and challenge our issues surrounding independence and personal courage. Like I said, it's a process, it's a healing process to let go of codependency. It's a healing process to heal trauma, inner childhood wounds. That's why it's not something that it can be done like this. It takes time, changing patterns, dealing with addictions, right? These are something that we have used addiction to numb certain things that we don't want to look at, right? But the thing is that those addictions is what lowers our vibration, lowers our soul purpose. And that's something that I'm noticing that too, is like the more when I'm not doing those things like alcohol, drugs, or anything, like, it really does. And it takes me a while to recuperate, right? So a lot of you, it's like you're dealing with that. And that too, when you have that process of isolation, of really detoxifying and cleansing your body from those things, you really see things clearly. Also, I'm hearing dating apps is an addiction. Again, anything that this system is trying to put you in your face that is, it's not, okay? You really have to use spiritual discernment. Dating apps is an addiction, and also this is what induces and encourages cheating. Encourage people not to be loyal and faithful. Encourage people to do shitty things, right? So a lot of you, this is something that you need to see, like, I don't know. That's why I close all dating. I don't do dating apps. I just don't. My best guru dating is the Most High, our Creator, okay? And honestly, it's better to let the universe and synchronicity, because it's more magical and it's better to surrender that, your love life, your finances, everything to the divine, and let it just unfold for you, okay? So I think, and I know this because every time I say this, like, and I said in all the readings how dating apps start putting commercials and everything and everywhere, because yeah, it's a business, okay? It's a business, and it's not a healthy business, to be honest. And maybe it works for some people, but honestly, it creates addictions that are not necessary, okay? So I'm just putting that out there. Like, if you have decided to close all your dating apps and all these bullshit, good for you, because it's not healthy. It's better to find someone naturally and let the chips fall where they need to fall, okay? All right. We might take steps towards self-mastery and self-empowerment by tackling things that undermine us. Circumstances nudge us or encourage us to see where we haven't been true to our authentic selves. Ultimately, we are now in a position to understand that changes or endings are necessary for our growth, and that we can handle these things. So I'm seeing the death card, so transformation, ego death. A lot of masculines right now are going to the dark night of the soul, which is very, very difficult, okay? This is why I encourage a lot of people to do some decolonization as well. Read some books of decolonization. Focus on self-mastering your discipline and your spirituality. Another thing that I heard from a shaman, I love their content. He said that, a lot of people, when you talk about discipline, like, people think that, oh, it's something to be punished, or it's something that, like, like, it's just a hard work and they don't want to do it. So he said it's something beautiful, and I said, okay, I'm gonna switch my wording. So instead of like focusing on like discipline, look at it as passion. What's your passion? What's your purpose? And then do that on a constantly routine basis, okay? So focus on your self-passion and a main disciplines, right? But what's your passion? What's your purpose? And whatever that you're passionate and you love to do, and you're gonna do it all the time, do that, okay? So I just wanna put that out there. All right, another thing it says that it's a powerful time to reevaluate our relationship with ourselves, right? Yes, it's a beautiful time right now, guys. This new moon forms a square into Pluto, and I will talk about Pluto also retrogrades a little bit. So suggesting some obstacles to clear as we wrestle with our fears and ambitions. So a lot of things is that too, I'm seeing the Eight of Swords, a lot of thinking and staying stuck in fear, doubts, and insecurity. This is another time where this full moon is still going on, guys, to release that energy, okay? Release fears, because I'm telling you, fear is not of God, okay? And that to build that fearlessness, that create affirmations where you speak to yourself like, I'm fearless, I can do this, I'm good enough, like things like that makes you also, but you have to believe it and also embrace it. You have to do things that, yes, it might make you uncomfortable. Like this, I wasn't planning to do this, but it's like spirit is trying to, like, I'm out of my comfort zone, right? And I didn't plan none of this, but I'm just just following the guide, right? Be fearless. Do what you love to do, and do it fearlessly, okay? Do it every day. Do the things that you love. And no matter what other people say, their opinions don't really matter. So just try to block all these energies, projection, and people and stuff like that. Do what you love. I'm also seeing someone that you want to put your work out there, right? But you're listening to what other people say, or you're overthinking what people might say, what my family's gonna say, especially if you grew up with very religious families and toxic mentality. Some of you want to be in a relationship with someone who is spiritual, but your family is just annoying as fuck. Let that go. Cut that off. Like, if what they're not making you happy, because at the end of the day, it's your life. It's not their life. You're living your life, okay? Also, you have a project or something that you want to put out there, but you have so many naysayers, so many karmics talking shit, gossiping and talking blah, blah, blah. Cut that noise off. Make this your confirmation. Cut the noise off. Cut it off, okay? However, it aligns with Jupiter, encouraging resourcefulness, courage, and a good sense of opportunity. Give yourself that grace. Give yourself the opportunity to take a chance on yourself. Go speak, go do that project, go post that project, go put it out there. Let go of this fear. You want to date that person, no matter what fuck your fucking family, fuck them, fuck it. Just go, be happy. Who cares? They don't not happy for you. Well, that's on them. That's not on you. Stop taking other people's and shit personally. That too, you know what I'm saying? All right, so we have as well Mars, the ruler of Aries, harmonizes with Uranus, okay? Pointing to a good sense of growing, innovation, and improving through our experiences and new projects or initiatives. You see, I haven't read this. I just put up the pages. I haven't read it, but I'm like, I'm synchronistic talking with it. I'm telling you. Sorry, guys. I'm still a bit like, you know, it's coming off. Okay. This new project or anything you want to do, just do it. Okay. Don't let anybody stop you. Seriously. With this eclipse, we might experience a strong urge to act on impulse. However, it will be important to avoid jumping to conclusion and asserting ourselves without considering others' feelings and reactions. Major development in the personal areas ruled by Aries in our chart are likely to occur over the upcoming months. Okay? So keep this in mind. We also go into Mercury retrograde, okay, on the April 21st. All right? So keep that in mind. So we have the 20th, we have the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Then we have the April 20th. I think that is the solar eclipse. On the 20th. Yeah, it's the same day, which is the sun enters in Taurus. Okay, and then the next day we have Mercury retrograde. So this month is going to be intense, okay? So get ready. All right, so I just wanted to see April 20th, new moon in Aries. Okay, so it keeps in Aries. All right, so we got that. So I wanted to read you a little bit about Mercury retrograde that is happening on the 21st of April. Okay, until the 14th of May. So how interesting that we also have the Mercury retrograde on April 21st, okay, to May 14 in Taurus. But we also have a lunar eclipse on May 5th in Scorpio. So it's like, whoosh. Okay, get ready, all right? Okay, so the Earth sign denoted by a bull is rooted in the materialistic world. Mercury retrograde in Taurus means that the finances of all zodiacs will be affected. So I will talk about that in each of the, I did talk about that in each of the signs, the ascendant, just letting you know. Some of you will be affected in certain finances, a certain situation, but it's because you're still attached to karmic situation, habits, addictions, things that you need to let go of. So I do go over each of those on each of your signs, okay? Now the focus will be on business and career rather than love life. Okay, so some of you who are in your love life already and thriving with your partner and building your beautiful empires, good for you. But a lot of us were in our single era, okay, focusing on being single with Christ consciousness, okay. God wants us to focus on our independence financially, okay? And then love will come. Or, you know, God is beautiful like that. He will bring you the business and stability and also love at the same time so you guys can build empires together because, you know, and then you both talk about your testimony, how God did this for you, okay? So a lot of us, if we're not there yet, it's okay. A lot of things are being destroyed so that you can get back up again, okay? So let's say you were in a love situation. It was karmic as fuck, okay? And also that too, that affects your finances, affects your business, and affects, like some of you affected everything, okay? So right now, everything has been destroyed so that God can rebuild you again. I'm a living testimony of that everything had to be destroyed. So in order for me to build my independence, build my thing, being okay single with God and my spirit guides and stuff like that, and I'm able to, you know, now embrace better love, caring relationships. And I have to broke all my friendships, everything. It's everything, family, cut all that off, everything. Everything. Okay, and now I'm better, happier, more at peace. And that too, I'm still in my single life, yes, but also that too, I know that God already connecting with someone. This is why a lot of us who are already in our power, in our Empress energy, Divine High Priestess, yes, this is why we are getting mostly attacked. This is where the spiritual warfare is coming from. People are trying to affect our love life, our finances, our health, and blah, 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 blah. But then again, we all use that to transmute it and alchemize it and turn it into beautiful creativity. And also God uses that to build more resilience, to create, our love between our person that we're in separation, to create that love more fonder, for each other, and to appreciate more our love connection once we come back together. So this is what a lot of us being encouraged to have that solitude period, go into the hermit mode, go into reflect, heal your shadow work, inner work. A lot of you need to do some shadow work, inner work, okay? Before you focus on the love life. And part of that shadow work and inner work is also helps you focus on your purpose, your passion, right? Passionate about, and then your mission and goals. And then once you're there, this is where there will be that open for the love life. But until then, a lot of us need to be balanced within ourselves in order to be with somebody else who's balanced and conscious and at peace right now, right? Because that person took that work that you need to do, that person already done it, and it's still going, okay? But a lot of us need to understand that if we feel some type of way and balance and stuff like that, that's part of the process, okay? So trust the process, all right? So it is a particularly challenging period for signs like Taurus and Gemini, as their minds will oscillate between gaining control over their finances and fighting the urge to splurge on an expensive vacation or luxury items, okay? So a lot of you, if you're not financially stable yet, go check out your Taurus chart, your Gemini chart. Make sure that you're saving right now. And it's okay to go on vacation and stuff like that, but I feel like because your finances are going to be affected during this time, make sure that you're wise about your finances. Make sure that you're saving that, especially if some of you are moving, some of you are relocating and stuff like that. Be wise with your money right now. Stop spending too much on luxury items, like stuff that you don't need right now. Honestly, a lot of you, we're in a recession and stuff like that, and and money situations. So I don't know how people are able, again, these are people who spend money just to show people that they have money, but in the bank account they have minus $300. Like, make it make sense. Be wise about your money, okay? At the end of the day, it makes you feel good for a little bit to get that validation from other people, but at the end of the day, you're broke. So what's the point of that? You're not gonna have food, you're not gonna be able to pay your bills. Like, what's the point of that? That I will never understand. This materialistic and toxic capitalism, this is another thing that you guys need to work on this on a daily, okay? This is part of the shadow work and inner work, the colonization of this bullshit kakalaka that it's okay, it's buying stuff that at the end of the day is just to accumulate stuff that you're not going to need anymore. So what's the point of that, right? Now, overall, zodiacs will explore options to improve their financial conditions and broaden their horizons in their work field. When it comes to relationships, all signs are advised to maintain boundaries. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Who is this? Lifestyle Asia. Okay, with people to avoid triggering experiences and go into self-reflective mode. Okay, so write this down. April 21st to May 14 in Taurus. This Mercury retrograde is not to make you feel some type of way. This is literally to help you to create boundaries and also reflect, okay? Do things consciously. And all those who are, let's say you're in the healing journey, you still have people that are trying to trigger you or trying to remind you of your past or who you used to be and stuff like that. Like, cut that shit off. Like, cut it off. Like, you don't need that stuff. Seriously. Don't let people make you feel any type of way. For real. All right, so the 20th of April, new moon solar eclipse, okay, in Taurus. So this is Cafe Astrology. So yeah, so this is gonna be, it's gonna point out strong impulses and pivoted feelings, right? So it's gonna stir something in you, and I think it's like overall the collective, right? So this effect, you're gonna feel it in the next 6 months, okay? So Aries, check that out. Taurus, check your chart. A lot of you need to check those out, okay? This eclipse was matters related to personal plans, courage, independence, and self-assertion and strong focus, okay? It's about new beginnings regarding of these issues. long-term changes are in the works. Okay, so maybe write a list of things that you want to do in the next, you know, and not stress about it. Just make a list for yourself. Like, what do you want to improve? What do you want to work on? How many days of therapy you want to have with your therapist? You know, write down like the moon cycle, so that way you see, okay, when can I manifest? When can I release? The full moons, right? But also this new moon, if you're already, everything you're okay and happy and stuff like that, and you're in progress, how can you, the people who surround you, if you see that they're in some type of difficulty or something like that, how can you manifest for them? That also is a beautiful energy as well. How can you help indigenous communities, Black communities, BIPOC businesses? How can you, do you understand? Like, not just thinking only about yourself. Think about, that's what we build circular economy and equity and sustainability, is by you embracing that within yourself and then inspiring others to do the same, right? So that's another thing that this energy, this solar eclipse, is going to help you illuminate those things and then eclipse out everything that it's not benefiting not only yourself, but others and the planet. Okay, so remember that. Because that's why I say, be kind to yourself, to others, and your planet. That's really it. It's manifesting, it's embracing that, okay? So the phase of the new, this moon, 29 degrees, 15 minutes of Aries, okay? Yeah, so these eclipses can highlight the challenges or issues surrounding independence and personal courage. We might take steps towards self-mastery, self-empowerment. Okay, we talk about that. Here, I love this. It's a powerful time to reevaluate our relationship with ourselves. Okay, I think we talked about that. We might consider acting on constructive impulse and following a hunch or taking a risk. Okay. But also, it's a good cycle to discover the benefits of expressing yourself for authenticity, right? So it's all about being more authentic, less fake. Let's acting out of, like, you know, the mask and stuff like that for other people to accept us, to feel like if they don't like us, that's not your business too, okay? And that's also that too. If they're showing you signs that are not into you, they're disrespecting you, they don't like you, like, you don't need to be giving yourself more of that energy, so that because that is a trauma, right? Let those people go, you know, expressing ourselves as we are without putting on airs. We might also find ways to learn how to rely on ourselves and to be happy about doing so. It will go a long way towards finding inner happiness when we know that we can be self-sufficient without blaming others for not helping us out. Yes, it is time to revitalize ourselves through experiences that break the routine and that involve doing something new and fresh, okay? So the new moon also squares in Pluto, suggesting more obstacles to clear as we wrestle with our fears and ambitions. We did that. Flaws. Okay, so flaws in an important system in our lives reveal themselves around the time of the eclipse, prompting us to redo or to start fresh. Something ends in order to something else to start anew. We might be called to give up something in order to move forward into a new chapter in our lives. Although the new may be unrecognizable, it is important to allow the necessary surrender to the unknown. And a lot of you have this here, especially masculine energy. We weren't raised by good parenting skills and stuff like that. You have this constant fear of the unknown. This is why you go towards things that are not good for you. This is why you go towards things that you think is easy, but it's actually the worst thing that you can think of. And also it blocks your blessings, your finances. It's just surrender to the unknown. Let God show you his wonders. Let him surrender. Just do it, okay? I'm telling you, you will never regret it. An eclipse occurs too close to the nodal axis, to the north node of the moon. Yeah, that's it. We're heading into the unknown territory in some ways. We have good sense that we're doing so to our advantage, and not to be positive about it. You know, when you surrender, like, just trust and have faith, okay? Okay, so that's that. And the last part that I wanted to say, and we're gonna leave it here, because we did a lot. Woo! Okay, so Mercury retrograde. We had one that happened in Capricorn as well. That was that ended January 18th. So the next one is that one, exactly. Mercury retrograde in Taurus is April 21st to May 14th. So write these down, okay? So Taurus is a fixed earth sign known as for stubbornness and loyalty. This retrograde will test your most routine connections and obligations to see if they are truly meant for you. Your old belief system will be resurfacing and getting tested during this time. Being willing to let go of beliefs, thought patterns, and habits that no longer fit with this chapter of your life. So embrace this Mercury retrograde, okay, guys? And the solar eclipse as well. You will feel the most safe when you master. There's a lot going on, my God. You will feel the most safe when you master how to show up for each chapter of your life, rather than treating them all the same in fear of making changes. Okay, so don't fear change. Change is constant. Change is a good thing. This is why I don't understand people that are scared of change. Like, no, change is good. Change is beautiful. But that too, that's why some people have that fears, because they're not surrendering to the divine. And that's what you're being encouraged right now. Surrender, let go. Do that jump. Take that leap of faith and just surrender, okay? And I know for a lot of divine masters, you've been conditioned and programmed like, oh no, you know, because you're more into like the protection and providing, right? And then this is why feminine energies, divine feminines, are more emotionally attuned, more spiritual, right? But this is why they're the lead. They're guiding you to let go and surrender and let go of this controlling and manipulating things to go into your, like, that does never work. It has never happened. You will want to be aware of what you say, write, and sign during this time period. I talk about this in a reading, like somebody signing something without looking at the paper, or someone literally giving their projects to somebody, like to post on their platform instead of them building their own platform and doing their own thing. And then this person having, hopefully they didn't, I'm praying that they didn't, somebody took their work. I don't know if they didn't copyright it or something like that. Like somebody's getting money from someone's either music, songs, books and stuff like that. Like, you really, I mean, don't do that, okay? Don't do that, okay? Don't. You'll regret it. Especially with those closest to you. I can't make this up. And with the fixed signs being essentially more immovable, the message with this retrograde is to go with the flow of life. Expect the unexpected. Shed compassion on yourself and others for missteps and mistakes. Okay, so show yourself some compassion, some grace during this time. Okay. And yeah, we all make mistakes. We're all learning from that. Okay, but the thing is, when you're a misstep and a mistake, make sure that you're holding yourself accountable, that you're forgiving yourself, that you're forgiving others, but also take the necessary actions so that you don't repeat the same mistakes and missteps, right? Because once you do something, woo! That's my sign, I gotta go. Do things with action, because forgiveness comes when you knowingly and willingly know that if you make that mistake, you forgive yourself and stuff like that, and you ask for forgiveness, you know that you cannot do it again. Because if you do something that you know that you already learned that you're not supposed to do, that's a choice. You're choosing that. You're aware of that. And that no longer is a mistake, that's a choice, right? And that's what I have for you, my people. Woo! I gotta go. I love you. I hope this helped you. Bring you some truth and clarity. Close the cycle. Okay? Yes. Stand your ground. Know that you're protected. Divine masculine. Take actions where you believe, okay? Stop being greedy and holding information and things inside. Let it go. Whoa! They don't want this message to come out, but too bad. I love you guys. Enjoy this April energy, okay? Mercury retrograde, solar eclipse. And I'll come back and do another astrology update just like this. I don't even know how I'm going to name this, but it is what it is. I love you guys. Hope this helped you. Make sure you like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for those with your beautiful vibes. Be good. Be kind to you, to others in your planet, okay? Mwah. Love you. Bye.